the pressure is not you giving it to the athletes, but actually the athletes giving that pressure to themselves and kind of like in themselves, kind of like see like this really matters to me, and kind of like by themselves, like they make that choice that like I want to do better, like I want to win the next match, and then you're saying that like instead of focusing like on winning, you're focusing on like competing, and you're focusing on okay, I got the rest of this tournament. What are the moves that I'm going to actually be using to actually do good at this tournament? Or I'm gonna wrestle this tournament, like I feel nervous, like what do I need to do? What type of music do I need to listen to calm myself down? Or the day before the tournament, you're already on weight. You're like, okay, can I eat something tonight? Because like in wrestling, is that weight is a very important part, and there are kids that actually they don't know how to do that. Like, can you? I can see.
Yeah, I do. I want to talk big about that one. You know what? I think weight cutting, growing up, especially for me, right? I missed weight. I think my senior year was like 5 times, 4 maybe 5. I don't know. It was a lot. My senior year, right? I quit my junior, personal problems with the team and coach and stuff. Me being a kid, not being smart. And then my senior year, the coach let me come back, and he wanted me to cut down at 125 from 150. Right? I did an exercise for a whole year. I think I was pretty fit my junior year. I was running a lot. I was lifting a lot. I was fit. But then once I quit, I stopped everything for a year. I was just, I don't know, in my head, ditching classes, being dumb. So when I came back, he was like, we need you at 125. We were returning champ at 130s, which is my best friend still today. I'm going to go to his house next weekend, actually. My homie, Brian Maldonado, 2-time city champ. He was like, you're not going to challenge Brian. And in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to challenge Brian. He's going to beat. If I beat him once, he's going to beat me up 3 times. I was like, I'm not going to challenge him. 135 is Mike Lopez. That was his favorite. He's like, I don't want you challenging him. And I was like, all right, cool. Mike's cool. Whatever. And then I was like, feel like 40s, 45s. He's like, it's too heavy for you. It's not even your weight. You're not going to do well. You got to cut 25s. It's like, you're fat, cut down. I'm like, God. So I missed weight the first match. And then I made weight. And then I missed weight. And then I made weight. I mean, I was defeated in January, but I missed weight twice until January. And then from there, I started losing a lot. Because, I would do it improperly. I would ask the coach, like, what do I do? How do I make the weight? He's like, at night, eat an apple. Run a lot, work out, eat an apple. And but that exhausts your body, right? You start losing muscle mass. You start your body starts to break down mentally as a kid. You're hungry. You want to eat. You're growing, and you're not eating. It really gets to your head. So you start binge eating. And I would make weight and I'll binge eat. And it was just really bad for me. So once I hit January, it was really hard for me to compete. I couldn't go past second round. So it's like, why was I big on throws my senior year? Because I was not going to go to third round. I was like, here it goes. I'm going to go for this lateral because I was not going to make it third round. And that's why I didn't win CIF, because the guy from ECR, he figured that out. He's like, man, I'm going to just stay back and wait. Be in the stands, hand fight with this guy, wait it out. He's going to take a bad shot, and then I'm going to just ride him out. And that's exactly how it went. And I knew he knew that, and it didn't work out. It was bad for me, because coaches talk. And his coach he told me that his coach told him how to beat me, and that he already knew because everybody knew I was missing weight all the time. How they know? I don't know. People talk. My coach talked. That's the reality. And yeah, he did it. So it's okay. We all do that. We're like, man, this kid is missing weight all the time for that. So, it happened. I lost him or whatever. So then now that I'm older and I've figured things out, and I found out, hey, there's actually healthy ways of doing this. And the best ways that I got this from Bosco. Some parents from Bosco tell me, right? Because right there, they give like a straight diet plan. These guys are on a diet plan. Tell them what to eat per day, per week, like for their weight class and how much they're going to drop out. Like, and then they have like, okay, this many weeks out of your competition, this is what you're going to eat. So it becomes a process where, if you want to wrestle year round, because a wrestler, right? I don't talk about that a little later, or what's a real wrestler, but a real wrestler, it's year round. It's a lifestyle. And so, obviously you're not going to pig out all the time. You don't want to pig out, but you're going to have days where you do stuff like that. But when you're going to compete, like let's say like we're getting ready for Missouri Nationals, right? Adidas National Missouri. So I took Louisa Noguera, right? She got first. She beat a girl who got third in Fargo, by the way. Right, Louisa, amazing girl. She's going to Birmingham. Louisa and Catherine both got first. So like to make the weight, it was like, Louisa has her own ways, but with Catherine, and I would try to advise her. I would try to advise Louisa. It was like, okay, you're gonna eat normal like you do. You're gonna work out and stuff. Put in a little bit more work weeks before, but once it reaches like 2 weeks out, we cut carbs, right? We want to minimize it prior, but 2 weeks out of the weigh-in, cut carbs. and then a week out of weigh-in, you want to start making your portion smaller, and then 2 days prior to weigh-in you take away sodium, because that way the day of weigh-in and then the night before they dehydrate, right? They're gonna just not just the day of weigh-ins you don't drink water, you don't stuff your face with water bottles. You're not gonna dehydrate in the sense that you're gonna spit and do all these like extra things to try to lose 10 pounds of water in one day, because that's gonna kill you. It's gonna shut down your system, and so yeah, so I learned where it's got to be a process. You want to stay within that weight, and then you cut out certain foods prior to, high school wise, right? High school wrestling wise, not club, going to Missouri, but high school wrestling wise, you're gonna weigh in frequently throughout the year. I don't make my guys cut weight. Like, and you know this, from Noodles and Seabass and Frank, they didn't cut weight. They walked around at their weight class. They were just healthy there. And I figured, like, man, these guys are going to last longer during season and do better that way. Because if you're going to cut for state ranking tournaments, and you're going to cut for state qualified tournaments. You are not going to cut for the duel, against the school across the street. You're not going to cut to wrestle like Huntington Park or something, right? It's like you're going to end up hurting yourself cutting throughout the year, because your body's going to break down, and a kid mentally is not going to want to be able to do all that all the time, especially kids who you have a kid from let's say like Bosco, right? You have a kid from Bosco who's probably done this their whole life. Their dad was a wrestler, their grandfather was a wrestler, and it's a lifestyle. They're going to eat a certain way at home, all of them, and that's a little different from when you have a kid from the inner city whose parents are going to feed them whatever they have at home, and they're going to break eventually, like we have parents, because I know this for myself too, where I want to cut weight and my mom's like, hey, we brought burgers. You don't want one? They're really good. They're really good. And you're just seeing that and you're like, so kids are going to break, right? And this, right? Like at least like the most they can do for us is like, all right, you want to eat healthy? Here's rice, beans, and some chicken, which is good, right? But they're not going to be like, I'm going to steam you veggies, or stuff like that. You're not going to get this stuff. They're not going to portion your meals. They're going to think you're doing it the wrong way no matter what. And so, I don't make them cut because it's too difficult to have them do that the whole year. It's not, I don't think it's sustainable. And that's why I don't push for it, because I think most kids stay away from wrestling because of the weight cutting. That's really what kills a lot of kids in the inner city from it, that they don't want to do it. Now, you still want to advise them on how to eat. You still want to give them advice and tell them, hey, you're gonna eat out. Do it once a week when you're off season, right? Do like once a week. You're gonna eat burgers and stuff. Do it once a week. You're gonna eat fries. It's bad for you, but once a week. You're a kid. You're gonna do this stuff. But I try to stay lenient with it, but I don't want to. I also don't want them to be out of shape. But if they're wrestling you around, they should be okay, right?